Today we're going to analyze three alleged contradictions or errors in the Bible. Let's guide our analysis by reviewing the law of non-contradiction. Contradictory propositions cannot both be true at the same time and in the same sense. Number one, how did Judas die? Matthew wrote that Judas hung himself, but the book of Acts says he fell and his body burst open. Is this a contradiction? First, it seems that these are at different points in time and thus are not a contradiction. Judas hung himself, like Matthew wrote. Acts adds the fact that he fell and his intestines gushed out. Dr. Norman Geisler and Dr. Thomas Howell comment, quote, "This is the very thing one would expect of someone who hanged himself from a tree over a cliff and fell on sharp rocks below." Additionally, the intestines gushing out is more consistent with an already dead, decomposing body than a much stronger living body. According to forensic anthropologist Arpad Voss, the human body starts decomposing as quickly as 4 minutes after death. Putting the pieces together, Judas hung himself. His body started decomposing. When the rope gave out, he fell and the intestines gushed out. Overall, these two accounts should not be viewed as competing explanations of Judas's death, but rather complementary. Number two, how many demoniacs were healed? Matthew reports that 2 demoniacs came to Jesus, but Mark and Luke only mention 1 demoniac. It's important to understand that a difference between stories does not constitute a contradiction. And in this case, there is no contradiction between the texts. If Mark and John said there was only 1 demon-possessed man, that would be a contradiction. The critic needs to add to or change the texts to make them contradict. And wherever there are 2, there is always 1. It never fails. Mark and Luke likely viewed one of the demon-possessed men as more prominent and thus did not mention the second man. Overall, all sources demonstrate that Jesus has authority and power over demons. Number 3, did Jesus make a mistake, referring to a mustard seed as the smallest of all seeds? We know mustard seeds are not the smallest in the world, so Jesus was wrong, right? Wrong. Jesus was not referring to all the seeds in the entire world, but only to the types of seeds that a farmer in that region would have planted in his field. This is made very clear by the qualifying phrase, which a man took and sowed in his field. And it is a fact that the mustard seed was the smallest seed that a farmer in that time and region would have planted. So in the proper context, what Jesus said was 100% accurate. None of these examples are contradictions. Matthew and Acts complement each other. The texts of the demon-possessed men have no contradiction unless you add to or change the text. And Jesus was 100% accurate in that the mustard seed was the smallest planted by farmers in that time and place.